know no better, I'm on this every day. You cannot run with me, boy, I'm a heavyweight. Baby, I know what's coming, I could barely wait. And when it was on, they wanted me gone, boy, I'm here to stay. Stop calling me little bro, I got mileage on me. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him. Yeah, more action and no talk, I went quiet on him. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him.
I don't be with him, he's so basic. Boy, you the op and your bros hating. All of them fake, I see both faces. Scared of the whip, it's a ghost racing. I knock them down to their cold cases. Marathon run, I'ma slow pace it. They did not want me to go places. Foil plans like the gold place. And if we pulling up with the whole squad, I get ready to told y'all that you better be running. I'm in my go yard when I walk in, I know y'all telling me nothing. I'm the man, suck it if y'all in denial. I get the chip on them and I bust out the south side. Is that big of the guy? Boy, you, stop it, quiet. If it's new, I done got it. See my jewels, shining, shining. White diamonds, Miley Cyrus. Private jet, private pilot. Look at me, stylish, stylish. Masterpiece, body, young.
Hey, I don't know no better, I'm on this every day. You cannot run with me, boy, I'm a heavyweight. Baby, I know what's coming, I could barely wait. And when it was on, they wanted me gone, boy, I'm here to stay. Stop calling me little bro, I got mileage on me. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him. Yeah, more action and no talk, I went quiet on him. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him.
Hey, couple of bands up in my pocket. I don't want pause to get wild nonsense. We got momentum, don't try to stop it. Diamonds are clearer than my conscience. I don't let bygones be bygones. That's when I'm honest. Penthouse building reach heaven's heights. Now that's what you call a God complex.
Remember the days I was down low when it was out cold, but I went out and got it. Look at my milestones, man, it feel like the Dow Jones when you look at my pocket.
Look at the flex, whipping the Teslas. I'm a mess, but I'm a it's all a finesse. Boy, you, stop it, quiet. If it's new, I done got it. See my jewels, shining, shining. White diamonds, Miley Cyrus. Private jet, private pilot. Look at me, stylish, stylish. Masterpiece, body, young.
Hey, I don't know no better, I'm on this every day. You cannot run with me, boy, I'm a heavyweight. Baby, I know what's coming, I could barely wait. And when it was on, they wanted me gone, boy, I'm here to stay. Stop calling me little bro, I got mileage on me. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him. Yeah, more action and no talk, I went quiet on him. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him.
They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This will make it into the end zone. And they're going to have very poor field position as he's out of bounds at his 7-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
They'll run for the first time here with Brown. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Now it's Brown. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 34-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Touchdown.
Justin Jefferson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Austin Seibert.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
He's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
It's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Murray trying to lay one up deep. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown.
Minnesota.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Quick throw caught by Godwin. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fielded at the 20. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. He takes this one across the 35 to the 36. A gain of about 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Was that the flag?
You can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Bears nothing.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he's got the 1st down here and then some, but a penalty flag down. This could very well be coming back. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Murray now to throw. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the 1st.
Minnesota.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner Murray, eluding the pressure right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They'll wind up losing 7 yards on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. From the gun, Murray, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Touchdown, Minnesota.
So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bears take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, He expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to...
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Murray. This one brought in by Jefferson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 22 yards there, a first down.
And the Vikings first down.
Murray going to throw. Incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
On 2nd down, here's the option. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
And Murray's going to keep this. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
On 2nd and goal, Murray, and he will score. Touchdown, Viking.
Number 36, touchdown.
A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 53 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
This is out quickly to the right. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Great job of tackling there to prevent the first down.
One of the toughest skills in football, open field tackling. A lot of times one-on-one against a shifty receiver. He got it done in a nice way that time.
And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now their defense came through with a goal line stand, got them the ball back. See what they can do about putting a drive together. Long way to go.
They need to reward that defense. A goal line stand, they've got to make that stand up themselves, right? Give the defense a chance to catch their breath on the sidelines. At least get 2 first downs. 3 would be better. Change field position. Let them catch their breath. And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
You can't, man. He's not going to get me. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. You.
Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely, and from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Come out throwing here to start the drive. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. Past the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he stopped immediately there. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
18-yard line.
They'll look to throw here. And he'll find Hall. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half.
27-yard attempt.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. Good. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points. So
someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the 2nd half. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Here we go, set. 19 Tiger. I'm not ready.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Uchenna Nwosu in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
Check 99. He's checking. Crash.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. And that'll set them back 5. Here comes the Bears punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's taken to the 26. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 37. They defer to Brown to start the drive. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Now, typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll run on 3rd down with Brown. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Watch safety green.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
2nd and 1. At the Bears.
On 2nd down, it's Brown. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Okay, 2nd and 1, you get nothing. What now on 3rd and 1?
Sorry about that. I was so excited I jumped in on you. This is almost like practice to me. Line it up and do it again. You didn't get it right the first time. Just get right back on the ball and go. It doesn't matter that they know you're coming. You ought to be able to pick up this short yardage.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. Now they'll run the toss here to the wide side of the field. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. A gain of 8 and a 1st down.
Come on now, let's go.
Here's Murray. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Murray again, 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 21. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Murray. And that will be incomplete as well. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down.
Austin Seibert on 4th field goal.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And their lead will swell up to 28. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That's about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
After the made field goal, Seibert back out there to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Yeah, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, throwing back across his body. Picked off near the 42. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
Incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Number 82.
A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Bears 3. Austin Seibert.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 44. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Here's Brown. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with the ball.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown.
It is good.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Taken about 7 yards deep. This will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Just like that. Just like that.
Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
38-yard line.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 37.
2nd and 12. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he slings one that's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The Bears on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Open man has got it. It's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
At the 32-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 15-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 6-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yard.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Chris Godwin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears claw one back.
Lining up for the point after.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
It's for the taking. No hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'm going for the safe going till there's nothing left. And I'm going to the blood until we all nothing but gets. Footsteps coming because we coming for the jet.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive as they try to finish things off in this fourth quarter, and that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. Give him 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22.
First down, Minnesota.
Murray now on first down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
And 10 yards to go.
The Vikings on third down. They've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. This is 3rd and 10. And it's complete. Hooper. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 16.
That's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check. Fresno.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down after a pickup of about 7 as the clock will stop here for the 2-minute warning. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the Vikings' 28-yard line.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now throwing on first down and completing it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
At the 12-yard line.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Taken down right at
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.